I'm Amelia. Today, we're going to talk about the relationship limbo, why you're stuck and how to get out. So it's that place where the relationship isn't moving forward, but it's not quite ending either. You're not single, but you don't feel truly partnered. You exist in a permanent waiting room, an emotional purgatory, hoping for a sign, a change, a moment of clarity that never seems to arrive. Are you constantly waiting for them to finally commit? For things to magically get better on their own? Are you analyzing every small sign of affection as proof that you should stay, and every moment of distance as proof that you should leave, stuck in an endless cycle of hope and despair? This state of limbo isn't just a phase. For many, it becomes a destination. It's an exhausting psychological trap that feeds on ambiguity, hope, and your deepest fears. Today, we're not going to wait for a sign from the universe. We're going to create our own clarity. I will give you a 3-step framework to diagnose your relationship limbo and find your exit, whether that means moving forward together or finally, peacefully, moving on alone. To escape the trap, we first need to understand why we get stuck in it. It's rarely about a lack of love. It's usually about a surplus of fear. The first and most powerful reason is the fear of the unknown. The limbo you're in might be painful, but it's a familiar pain. You know how it works. The thought of leaving, of facing a breakup, of being truly alone, of starting over. That pain is unknown, and our brains are wired to prefer a familiar misery over an uncertain future. So we stay, convincing ourselves that it's not that bad. What makes this fear so paralyzing is that the unknown can feel infinite. You begin to imagine worst-case scenarios, endless loneliness, never finding love again, or regretting the decision forever. The mind magnifies the risks and minimizes the possibilities. Instead of seeing freedom and new beginnings, you only see emptiness and danger. This distorted perspective keeps you locked in place, even when current situation drains your energy and joy. The tragedy is that this fear blinds you to the truth. The unknown also holds possibility, growth, and freedom. But until you recognize the grip that fear has on you, the comfort of familiar suffering will always seem easier than the courage to choose something new. The second reason is a cognitive bias called the sunk cost fallacy. This is the voice in your head that says, "But I've already invested so much into this relationship. Years of my life, so much emotion, so much effort." You feel that if you leave now, all that investment will have been wasted. So you continue to invest in a failing stock, hoping to recoup your losses, when the smartest move is often to cut your losses and reinvest your precious energy elsewhere. But here's the painful truth. The time, love, and energy you've already given are gone no matter what. Staying doesn't magically return them to you. In fact, staying only increases the debt. The more you pour yourself into something that isn't working, the deeper the hole becomes, and the harder it is to climb out later. It's like being at a poker table, losing hand after hand, and telling yourself, "If I just play one more round, maybe I'll win it all back." But relationships are not poker. They're not about winning back what you've lost. They're about whether what you have now is nourishing you or slowly draining you. And the third, most addictive reason is a psychological principle called intermittent reinforcement. This is the logic of a slot machine. If you pulled the lever and lost every time, you'd quickly walk away. If you won every time, it would also become boring. But what keeps you hooked is that you win sometimes, just often enough to keep you playing. In a relationship limbo, those occasional good days, those glimmers of hope and connection, are the intermittent reinforcement. They give you just enough of a payout to make you endure all the losing days, keeping you stuck and hoping for the next jackpot. So, how do you break free from this powerful cocktail of fear and false hope? You need a system, a framework that moves you from emotional confusion to objective clarity. Step 1. Shift from feelings to data. When you're in limbo, your feelings are unreliable. They are a chaotic mix of love, hope, resentment, and fear, changing from one hour to the next. You cannot make a clear decision based on feelings alone. You need objective data. Here is your assignment. For the next 30 days, I want you to start a private relationship journal. At the end of each day, take just 2 minutes to answer 3 simple questions. Be brutally honest. 1. Did my relationship today leave me feeling more energized or more drained? 2. Did I feel seen and respected for who I am, or overlooked and dismissed? 3. Did our interactions today align with the future I truly want for myself? This is not about scorekeeping or blaming your partner. This is about collecting data on the reality of your relationship, not the story you've been telling yourself about its potential. Step 2. Define your non-negotiables. You can't know if a relationship is right for you if you don't have a clear definition of what right means. A car is only good if it meets your needs. Do you need a family minivan or a sports car? The same is true for relationships. Here is your second assignment. Take a piece of paper and write down your 3 to 5 absolute non-negotiables. These are not wants, like he should be tall. These are core needs for a fulfilling partnership. They might be things like mutual respect, even during disagreements, a shared vision for the future, emotional availability and the willingness to talk about feelings, consistent effort and presence in my life. Once you have this list, compare it to the data you collected in your journal. Does the daily reality of your relationship honor your non-negotiables? The answer will often be painfully clear. Step 3. The clear conversation. Armed with your data and your list of non-negotiables, it's time to have a conversation. This is not an ultimatum. This is not a fight. This is what I call a clarity catalyst. The goal is not to force your partner to change, but to get the final piece of data you need, their true position. You can use a simple, non-accusatory script. Something like this. I've been doing a lot of thinking about us and our future. For me to feel happy and secure in a relationship, I truly need. Mention one of your non-negotiables, for example. To feel like we are a team, actively building a future together. Lately, I've been feeling like we're in a holding pattern, and it's been causing me some anxiety. I would love to understand your thoughts and feelings about where we are and where we're headed. And then you listen. Their response, or their refusal to respond, is your answer. They might agree and be willing to work on it. They might reveal they are happy with the way things are and have no intention of changing. They might get defensive. Whatever their response is, it is the truth. And the truth, even if it hurts, is what sets you free from limbo. Clarity is the antidote to limbo. The scariest part of being stuck is the feeling of powerlessness, of waiting for someone else to make a decision about your life. This 3-step framework is designed to give you your power back. You stop being a passenger, waiting for the relationship to go somewhere, and you become the driver, who chooses the destination. Whether that destination is a renewed commitment to move forward together or the courageous decision to move on alone, it will be a place of clarity, not confusion, a place of peace, not purgatory, and you deserve nothing less. What does relationship limbo feel like to you? Share your experience in the comments. Your story might be the sign that someone else has been waiting for. And for more insights on building a life of clarity and connection, make sure you subscribe.